these two teams have battled twice this year. Carroll's won them both as Hannah Dean just turns around and knocks down her second shot of the game. So she's got 4 for the Saints. As Coach Rochelle Sayers up off the bench. Randis goes down the lane. She's going to pull it back out, and they turn it over. Watson, the senior, jammed her finger, I believe, on that play. She's coming up the floor shaking her hand. Is going to the rack. Boston can't get it, but Hashley.
Great follow by Hashley.
Exactly.
She timed it just right, too.
Just trailed the play to the bucket and then found it. It's interesting to watch, but, you know, the first of 4 or 5 minutes, both teams kind of feeling each other out. They played twice, so there's really no secrets, Kevin.
No, I think they both know what the other's going to do, and it's just a matter of hitting shots now.
And that's exactly what happens for Kalani Ulafale. Hit a shot from just inside the free throw line. And we're knotted at 11. Ashley trying her prowess from the outside. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hannah Dean. Ashley can hit that. She's added that to her game when she came as a freshman, pretty much a post player. But, boy, she's developed into much more than that now.
She sure has. They run that high screen and roll, and she pops, and if she's open, she's going to take it.
Speaking of high screen, they bring both posts up to the Lady Argos. They like that set. George will just turn and shoot it from there. Why not?
And they're giving her a lot of room to shoot, Joe, and I think if she hits a couple more, they're going to have to move up on her.
Which opens it up underneath when Ashley's kind of sagging in the paint. You're right. Saints work the ball to the right side this time. Crowd slow to come in as the Saints turn it over. Crosstown game, women's or ladies game going on in the high school tonight, so might have a late arriving crowd perhaps.
Yes.
We got a whistle, and on the shot, a foul on the Saint. 4:55 to go, 13-11. You can see it. We'll take a break. And we will return with more St. Argo basketball back after these messages.
This country wasn't discovered, it was built. One home, one neighborhood, one school at a time. The future, it has to be built too, out of concrete, out of drywall and 2x4s. At ProBuild, we believe there's a builder inside us all. We believe it's time we put him to work.
When traveling through Montana's capital city, make your lodging destination the Comfort Suites in Helena, Montana. Centrally located on I-15 and US Highway 12, we're close to the midway point between Yellowstone and Glacier National Parks. Start the day off right with a complimentary hot and delicious breakfast, offering spacious guest rooms, internet access, business center, indoor pool and fitness center, and much more. Comfort Suites Helena is the official hotel for the Carroll College Fighting Saints and their fans. Call us at 406-495-0505 or visit us online at comfortsuiteshelena.com.
Hey, we're back at the Carroll College PE Center. Joe McMahon, Kevin Van Nice with you. Glad you could join us across the state on SWX television. Both teams coming out of the gate shooting pretty well, Kevin.
Yeah, 71% for Great Falls and 62% for Carroll, 5 of 8 and 5 of 7. So both teams off and running.
As I mentioned, the Argo coach, Bill Himmelberg, told me that they can either, it seems like they either got their offense going or their defense, never both. And tonight, definitely, right now, defense isn't playing too bad, but their offense is rolling.
Right.
We'll see what adjustments were made at that timeout. It's always a critical timeout as the ball goes into George, and she's going to turn and put it right up over the top of Dean and score it. George is aggressive offensively tonight. McDonough led him last night in scoring. But right now, it's George. The baseline drive. Dean fires it across in the corner. Shot on the way from Poston. No good. They go right to the post. Try to get Nadi. She can't handle the pass, so another turnover. Carroll's defense is tightening up a little bit. No double team coming. They're going to play one-on-one with Hannah. She'll turn, put it up over the defender. And Johnson hustling after that rebound. Good hustle. You like to see that if you're a coach.
Absolutely. Good hustle, and she saves possession for the Saints. Both teams really trying to get it inside right now after that timeout.
Now McDonough led them in scoring last night with 25, yet to score tonight. Number 23 out on the court. But she averages 16 a game. Costa return to the top of the key. McDonough with her. Some hard screens being set on the baseline, and Cassidy Hashley pops out for an open three. It's on the way. Won't go. Out of bounds, I think. Michaela Dowdy got that ball off the Lady Argo. Dowdy, player out of Capitol High School, one of those kids that comes in and her motor is running high.
It is, and she set that screen for Cassidy Hashley to get her open there.
She's a battler, very physical down there. There's Watson, the lone senior on the club, out of Townsend, Montana. Nice pass to Dowdy, and he just can't get it to go.
Good pass and a good seal by Dowdy. They had it.
It's drawn up perfectly. They ran it perfectly, just couldn't get it to drop. That happens. Double screen at the top. McDonough's going to swing to the left side. George has been hot. She'll give it up this time. They go right back to her. She'll just turn off the glass, and she makes it look pretty easy.
She makes it look real easy, and she is much taller than the Saints defenders, and those long arms make it easier for her to shoot over them. Although she's hit from the outside as well, too. So
8 points on the night for her thus far. Almost in double figures already, and it's, as you can see, 17-11. Argo's up by 6. Ball out of bounds. Last touch by Brittany Johnson. Good hustle that time by number 4, Mirandich. Watson's going to sit down. First substitution for Carroll. Into the game is Sarah Chalich, another Washington player. Carroll recruits a lot out of the Spokane area. Both men's and women.
Yep, and Idaho as well. They have a lot of players from there.
Along with Montana. Plenty
and
of kids.
Montana.
Yeah. Naughty on the drive. Looks like Johnson's going to pick up a foul, which would be team foul number 4.
Team third.
Great Falls aggressive early in terms of penetrating and trying to get inside, also establishing their posts inside and working it around to get into them.
And that's not where most of their scoring has come from this year, but Whitney George looks pretty strong early tonight. So the lead is back up to 7. Lady Argos opened on a 7-0 run. Carroll came back, took a lead, slight lead, but the Argos have battled right back.
Rebound, Michaela Dowdy.
College with the ball. They got to keep an eye on her. The Argos do defensively. She's very capable of hitting the shot from beyond that arc. Pasta goes into the paint, little push with the right elbow. Now back out to Hashley. We got to whistle some contact down there. I think Hashley's going to make a trip to the free throw line.
Whitney George, her second, team second.
Good movement by Carroll that time, a double high post entry, and then they went into a blocker mover set. Came out and got the ball back inside.
So Dowdy will step to the free throw line. Again, out of Capitol High School. She is a junior.
Hashley, actually.
Or Hashley, excuse me.
Yep.
Correction, that foul was on.
Although Dowdy would take the points, right?
Certainly.
Maybe. Wouldn't you? Cassidy's dad played a little basketball himself. He was pretty good. Doug. If he's here, we can find him. He'd be the biggest guy around.
He sure is. Played for the Bobcats.
Double
And
lane violation on the second
very
free
strong
throw,
man.
results in a jump ball, possession Argos.
So a double lane violation results in a jump ball and a possession arrow in the favor of the Lady Argos. They get the ball. And it remains 18-12. Young's going to set that screen for Nadi. With nothing left to do, they turn and fire the shot up and it won't go. Tipped around. Ulafale had it, had an open shot.
Good second effort by McDonough, getting that rebound, keeping it alive.
And the Argos are going to inbound underneath their own bucket. Nice floater.
Left jumper,
Naked Nadi knocks it down. Started with the left hand. She likes to go to the left side. Athletic player. Pasta wide open three. And it can't get it to crawl in, but there's Dowdy battling for that rebound. Put it back up. Hashley's on the other side. She'll give it a shot. That won't go. And Nadi with the rebound this time. So Carroll, shooting-wise, have cooled off.
Yeah, they certainly have. Getting a lot of second shot opportunities, though.
We got a whistle. I think it's Brittany Johnson's going to get
Brittany
tagged with
Johnson,
this one.
her second, team four. Bailey Watson in for Carroll.
Watson will check back in.
Out of bounds, Great Falls.
Hannah Dean also to come back to work. I'd imagine Hashley's going to get a break. So they play quarters in Women's Frontier Conference. The guys play halves still, but it's a little different.
It is a little different. It took a little while to get used to watching these games.
Afale will work to the right side, cross back with the left. Nicely done.
Kalani Ulafale for two.
She gets her second bucket of the game. Good basketball game. Two evenly matched teams right now. The Argos up on 10. The Lady Saints, they easily could have come into this game as Pasta cranks up a triple, and that won't go. But coming into this game, looking at who they play this weekend, Kevin, at 1-14 on paper, the Lady Argos look like, well, you know, if you're a Saint, this should one we should win. We should have this one at home, and maybe they focus more on Northern. But you got to be ready to play every night in the Frontier Conference. Doesn't matter who the team is.
No, and the first two games between these two teams were fairly close, so Great Falls came ready to play.
Yes, they did. Dunno will push it to the right side, and she's their leading scorer, 16 a game. I think she's second in the conference in scoring, if I remember correctly. She's up there in the top 3.
Carroll goes into his zone now.
And Nadia from the right wing put it up. That won't go.
Rebound on Bailey Watson.
Watson will clear it. They stay man-to-man, the Lady Argos. Challenge from the top, gets it to roll in. That might get him going. The Argos got 5 seconds to push the ball across the court and get a shot up here. McDonough's doing her best. She'll fire it up and just about got that to bank in.
Just about went in.
We played the one already. It's the Argos 22, the Saints 15. We'll be back at the Carroll College PD Center. All after these messages.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the Eastern High Plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
Have you put off buying a new Tempur-Pedic mattress because you think they're too expensive? Let Conlon Sleep Center help you upgrade to the highest level of comfort, support, and performance with a new Tempur-Pedic mattress. Right now, get the sleep you deserve for as little as $42 a month. It's hard to believe, but true. You can sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America, for as low as $42 a month. Hurry in to Conlon Sleep Center for your new Tempur-Pedic or go to conlons.com.
Since my knee surgery, I'm back to everyday life, running, hiking, riding my horses, enjoying life again.
I've been able to go back to doing the things I love to do, the hiking, the fishing. Splitting wood was a good way to get rid of stress, and now I'm able to do that without pain.
Dr. Ben is very professional and very thorough.
And we've both come to trust him very much.
Dr. Gregory M. Bem and Steele Memorial Medical Center. Call today.
We'd like to welcome our network affiliates for today's game. SWX in Billings, Bozeman, Ute, Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, the Tri-Cities, and Yakima. We're happy to have you enjoy the game with us.
Yeah, and early on, Joe, Carroll's taken 7 threes to Great Falls 3. A lot more perimeter shots for the Saints than inside shots.
And I'm sure that was, I would imagine, a point of discussion in the timeout between the quarters. We'll look to see if they go right back inside to try and pound the ball inside. There they go to Dowdy. And we got a whistle before she can get the shot off. She's fouled.
It's on Kaylee Wilson.
Kaylee Wilson,
she is a redshirt junior out of Cali, Wyoming. So Kaylee Wilson out of Cali, Wyoming, Gillette College. Carroll right back with the basketball. Low post to Dean. She'll face up and start to the baseline. Challenge quick to the basket, off the glass. Couldn't get it to go.
Rebound, Kaylee Wilson.
So back come the Argos. They lead it 22 to 15, and they add to it there.
Randage assists Kaylee Wilson.
And that was a deep three by Randage. NBA range.
So the Saints cold offensively, started out pretty strong, but as Kevin said, have relied on the outside shot, and it's not going for them right now. So Dean's got a clear lane to the basket, and she pulls up and passes it out. Pastor will drain a three, but I'm sure Coach Sayers was wondering why she was kicking that back out, because she had an open look there from about, what, 6-8 feet away.
She sure did, but
turned out okay.
Said, great pass across the court.
Here's a change. Carroll with some half-court pressure. Challenge had a steal, stolen right back by McDonough. Carroll trying to quicken the game a little bit here, and it may not work for him as Randage steps back and drops a triple. But trying to switch it up, a little pressure at half court, trying to change the momentum.
Looked like a zone trap back into a zone is what they were going to do.
And the Argos have stuck to that man-to-man defense. There goes Dean right around the defender and right to the bucket. Hannah Dean with that strong left hand. Kid out of Gardner, Montana. Bet she's seen a few buffalo in her day, right?
Lots of them down there.
Absolutely. And tourist, right?
Maybe more of those.
Yeah, I think so. Argos working it around on the perimeter. Right into the lane, off the glass goes McDonough, looking for her first bucket if I check that. But yeah, she hasn't scored. She's going to go to the free throw line. Their leading scorer at 16 a game. McDonough's going to go. Here comes the replay as she went right down the lane.
Dowdy tried to take the charge. I think she was almost there, almost set.
It's such a fine line, Kevin, between a charge and a block so often. I mean, it's a bang-bang call. The officials obviously don't have the benefit of a replay. Let's hope that that never happens. Could you imagine stopping the game to look at a replay to see if it's a charge or a block every time that came up?
Just like the NFL, it'd stop every 5 minutes.
Announcers would be tired at the end.
Yes.
McDonough gets them both, and it's a 10-point lead. Good basketball game. Glad you could join us here on SWX. Joe McMahon, Kevin Van Nice. Missing Peter Young tonight. Hope you're listening in, Peter. Hear from you soon. Pasta on the baseline. On that drive. Boy, had a good look. It just wouldn't fall. And Nadi right there to clear it. Gets it back, will head down the lane, and it's stripped loose. Harrington in the game now, showing some hustle there. Battle for that ball, got it right back for the Saints, and Posto put it off the glass softly. A couple of bubbles up there, and it dropped in.
Good drive by Bailey, and good spacing for the Saints that time down.
So a half-court trap here. He'll drop back into that zone defense, and the ball somehow ends up in the hands of number, that wasn't planned. But it worked into the hands of Molly Herron, who drops it in. Carroll had what they want defensively. Almost got the turnover, but Herron there to pick up the loose ball and drop it in. 6:45 to play in the first half of action at halftime. We're talking to both men's coaches, Dr. Carson Cunningham for Carroll College and Anthony Owen, the head coach for the Argos, the men's team. There's Ashley, good position right around Young, puts it up and in.
Great up and under move, and she's so strong down there, Joe. She can just move people and make that play happen.
Well, Young's got a few inches on her, Kevin, but as far as quickness, Ashley's got her there.
Yeah.
It's McDonough floating to the left wing. It'll be interesting to watch to see if last night's game begins to have its toll on the Lady Argos. As Nadi steps back, fires, and it won't go. You know, it's hard to believe the Lady Argos are 1-14 in conference. They've got some talent on the floor.
They do. They have some quick players, and they have some great shooters, as we've seen already tonight.
Just 1-14 in the conference, 12-14 overall. Pasta starts down the lane, has it knocked loose. Quick hands by McDonough. There's George with the follow. Looks like a 30-second timeout called by the coaches. And that was called by Himmelberg. It is a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. 10-point game, but for Carroll, It looks like we're going to a media timeout out of this. So media timeout, 5:29. Left in the quarter, it's 34-24. We'll be back.
At Pizza Hut, we've got a carry-out deal just for you. Any pizza, any size, any crust, and any topping for just $10. You want a large hand-tossed pepperoni and mushroom? $10. Or maybe you're a large pan supreme kind of person. $10. Thinking about a combination of your own? Well, that's $10 too. That's any pizza, any size, any crust, and any topping for just $10. And get stuffed crust for just $2 more. This $10 carry-out deal ends soon, so hurry to Pizza Hut today.
This country wasn't discovered, it was built. One home, one neighborhood, one school at a time. The future, it has to be built too. Out of concrete, out of drywall and 2x4s. At ProBuild, we believe there's a builder inside us all. We believe it's time we put him to work.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Joe McMahon, Kevin Van Nice with you as we look over the stats early in the game, but the Lady Argos still shooting well, 62%.
62%. They've been to the line 6 times compared to Carroll's 1 time, so they're getting driving hard and getting to the basket.
Saints with the ball on the timeout, down 10. Dean into the lane. He's it to Harrington. She'll get it right back from Mona. Into the lane with the left hand. Strong up, no good, but there's Hashley to clean it up. And they're working together. They're a tough combination.
They sure are. Good chemistry and good effort by Hashley.
Pop that ball right back up to the top and down the lane. Kick it back out to Nikonati. Brandis with a deep 3.
She's shown she has that range.
She
She's
does.
Take it if she's got it open.
Stephen Curry area there.
That's right.
And Hashley trying to answer her. It starts down and comes out of there.
Rebound, Molly Heron.
Sarah's saying, stop the ball right here. Heron was bringing it up the side. You can see that. Brandich. Swing it around. Pace has slowed down a little bit. Some contact on the drive. No whistle. Ball goes out of bounds. That was a play on as Kaylee Wilson went to the basket. St. Clair there. Little bump, but no whistle. Heron finally gets it in. Pasta almost with the steal. Wilson over Hashley, and no, nothing there. Hashley got a hand on it, I believe.
Good job challenging the shot there, avoiding the foul.
There's Dean. Knocks it down, so Hannah Dean is playing pretty well tonight. She's off to a good start. She's got 8 points in the game.
And a few hustle plays, too. She's done a great job battling.
Just a sophomore out of Gardner, Montana, as we mentioned. Young will turn, fire it up. That won't go. She's cooled off.
Cassidy Hashley.
That release that Young has. She's 6'4". If she releases it up high, she can get that shot off whenever she wants.
She sure can. And down low, too, with those long arms.
Dean's going to try again, and nothing but net. She is rolling. Just a sophomore. She's got a couple years left to play here. Great future for that young lady. Carroll back within 4. Brandich into the paint. She may have got a bailed out here. Pasta, I think they're going to get. No, it's not Pasta. It's Dean.
Hannah Dean.
That's her second personal foul.
That's her second. The crowd wanted to travel. Coaches wanted to travel, but she may have been fouled before she got to that travel.
So Watson's going to come in. Dean's coming out. She picks up her second foul. Trying to save her for the second half. She has a tendency, as we said, to get into foul trouble early and then have to sit. But that's all part of the learning process. A little different than high school basketball. Nice pass to Whitney. Couldn't handle it, though. But the Argos end up with it. There's McDonough working her way in. Look at that. We got a whistle, but they're going to get her for the offensive foul. Nice defense down in the post.
Offensive foul, Stephanie McDonough, her first.
Good job of stepping over by Harrington. She stepped in there and took it.
So remember at the end of the first quarter, it was 22-15. They built it up to a 34-24 lead, but Carroll scored 6 straight points here to close it within 4. There goes Harrington right over number 44, and we got a whistle on the foul as Whitney George is going to get charged with this foul.
Foul on Whitney George, her second, team third.
Harrington didn't try to go over the top of her. She tried to go to the side.
Shooting 2 free throws.
Yeah, and I don't
Around
think going over the top of Whitney's going to work too well, but she did sidestep it very nicely.
Yes, the result would not be good. So when his first free throw up and in. So it was a 10-point lead quickly, down to 3.
Julie Caputo in.
Caputo's going to check in to see her first action tonight. As Pasta sits down. Heavy minutes for Bailey tonight.
Harrington gets 1 of 2.
Caputo from Salt Lake City.
Rebound, Jenna Ramage.
So Randis will bring the ball up for the Argos. A deep 3 on the way and down. Number 24 off the. Dara Huertas Vining comes off the bench and she just comes off firing.
Boy, she did.
Yeah.
She was ready, she caught it, and it was gone.
Yep, and it's down. That's Watson with it for Carroll. Off the glass was Hashley, no good. Can't get it to fall. Watson again, the only senior on this Lady Saint team, and we got some contact into the lane, went Randich. She was hit hard, she's in some pain. She's getting up, it's, she's got a brace on that knee, and I don't know if it was a leg or something, but she's.
Yeah, it looks like they hit kneecaps, and that always hurts.
She's gonna play through. Especially if they call a play for her out of bounds to get her an open jumper, she'll play through. Shot up off the glass, no good. Whitney George can't get it to go. Caputo and Chalich kind of got tangled up over here in the sideline. Chalich will back it out. Harrington just walked. Yep, just took an extra step. Turnover-wise, 8 for Carroll now. Just 4 for the Lady Argos. Whitney George will sit down. Yeah, with George on the bench, look at what they have out there right now. It's the lineup. I think for Carroll, you go right into the post right now.
Yeah, I think you're right, too.
Attack the rim.
And she's in there defensively as well. She makes a huge difference just putting her hands up.
Look at that play by Hashley. Came over from the backside, stepped over in front of Dunn and knocked the ball loose. Good defensive presence, good anticipation that time. As we near the end of the first half, again, we will be visiting with the head coaches for both the men's teams for these schools. That's Anthony Owen for UGF and for Carroll, Dr. Carson Cunningham. Yep. Well, Carroll will inbound after the Argo foul, trailing by 6. Closed it to 3. Until Dara Huertas Vining came in off the bench and hit a triple, a deep one. Caputo throws it up as she knew she got fouled. She was trying to get 2 shots out of it. Let's see if it worked.
That's that same double high set they scored on early in the half. They'll probably continue to go to it to get looks.
So Caputo will go to the free throw line. She does. Earn 2 free throws. A continuation play.
Julie Caputo shooting free throws. Brittany
Johnson's going to check back in for Carroll. So is Pasta. She's coming in for Caputo, so she'll wait till the free throw's been played out. Second free throw up and in. See?
Bailey Pasta back in for Carroll.
Bailey Pasta back in. Let's see if Carroll goes back to that zone or switches back to man-to-man.
Their shooting percentage starting to rise. They're back up at 45 now, are the Saints. It's a 5-point game. Good contest. Again, both games these two teams have played this year. They played twice. Carroll's won them both, but it's been close. Lady Argos. They're not going to quit.
Rebound, Cassidy Hashley.
Shot off the back of the rim, no good for Huertas Vining. Let's see what set they're going to run this time. They're going to try to get that ball. You can see they're trying to get the ball into Hashley at the post and clear the lane for her, let her work. Chalich, an open 3, it's on the way, rims out of there.
Rebound,
Boy, and Carroll's had 3 or 4 of those that have gone halfway down and popped right out.
Yep.
Good job of challenging shots by Great Falls, though. They're getting hands up.
They are, considering they just played 24 hours ago and had an hour walkthrough to get ready for Carroll. They're doing a really good job. As Nadi goes right down the lane. And maybe part of that can be attributed to they played him twice, right?
True.
3 seconds to go. Pasta trying to get a shot off. She did. Nadi got her on the arm and is begging to differ with 1.5 left on the first half. Pasta's going to go to the free throw line. It's funny to watch coaches. Coach Sayers always up off the bench continually. I don't think Himmelberg's been up. He just kind of sits and talks to them from his seat. Different styles.
Different styles, and Sarah's very vocal too and leading her team. But you got to think Carroll's not too upset being down 6 and possibly 5 as the half ends.
Yeah, definitely anybody's ball game.
Pasta makes both free throws.
Looks like Carroll took a 30-second timeout here with 1.5 seconds to go. I think Coach Sayers wants to just anticipate what may happen here and try and draw something up defensively. So travel the length of the floor and get a decent shot up in the second half. It's not easy.
No. You look at Whitney George with 12 points and Randich with 9. Randich also has 4 assists. So those two have been quite the combo.
They have.
As we get towards the end of the half.
Good first half. Yep, George, you're right. 12 points for her. She's been active on the boards as well. She's got 3 rebounds to go with those dozen points. Yeah, I'd have to think as the ball inbounded and nothing doing for the Lady Argos. All right, it's halftime, 39-34. Again, we'll be back. We'll talk to both men's head coaches and get their take on what's coming up. We'll do that after these messages.
In the 1950s, people thought cigarettes were harmless. Today, it's e-cigarettes. Vaping is highly addictive. Plus, there are heavy metals, tin and aluminum, lead, formaldehyde, acetone, carcinogens, and toxic chemicals in the vapor. E-cigarettes are not regulated. Corporate tobacco hasn't changed their game, just their technology. If you want to quit, call the Quit line for free help and FDA-approved medications.
Ford Focus on Child Hunger is an effort here in the region to make sure that our kids are getting enough to eat by providing more food to families in need. Since 2014, our Ford Peanut Butter Drive has collected over 60,000 pounds of peanut butter. And over the last 3 years, we provided over 2 million meals and snacks in the Northwest. When kids have the nutritious food they need, they really can just be kids. The partnership between Ford Fund, local food banks, and the Boys and Girls Club is absolutely amazing. That's really what it means to go further.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the eastern high plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
So welcome back to the Carroll College PE Center. I'm joined at halftime at our broadcast table with the Argos men's head coach, Anthony Owens. Anthony, first, thanks for taking the time to come over. I know you've got a game coming up here shortly that you're trying to get ready for, but appreciate you coming over. Tell us a little bit about your basketball team. I know you've played Carroll a couple of times, but where's the team at this point in the season?
Well, we've been up and down. We've struggled a little bit as of late of scoring. Offensively, has kind of hurt us on our defensive end as well, because we've taken bad shots and we've allowed the opponents to go down and kind of score against us, and we've kind of let up on the defensive end. So I think we're right where we need to be. We made it to the playoffs, which is good, and so now we got to readjust and try to make a run these last 3 games.
So we know in the Frontier Conference it is a little different than that. You played team 3 times. And this is your 3rd shot with Carroll. So the first 2 times, what did you learn? What do you take away and bring into this game today?
Well, the first 2 times we definitely didn't come prepared and ready to compete with a national level team, and that was the difference in both games. I mean, it's one thing to get beat, but how they beat us, you can just see that we were not ready and we weren't prepared. I don't know if we thought we were going to just come in and be able to do things against them that we've been able to do against other teams in the past, but you got to really come prepared and ready to play against them, and you got to be ready to defend because they're going to defend. If they're not scoring well, they do a really good job of defending, and that's where we lack right now and in the past in the season.
What's your take of the Frontier Conference? It's obviously a conference that's stocked full of talent. Up and down, there's really not an off night that you can just take an easy night off against another opponent.
No, the Frontier's been tough even before I played in it. I knew coming back into the league it was going to be tough.
Yep.
And it's even tougher. I mean, they got better athletes now than even when I played. And,
sure.
And a lot of these guys can probably play a notch up. And, I mean, as we see Wiley, who was in our league last year, he's dominating in the front in the Big Sky now. So the Frontier is a pretty good league.
Yep.
Everybody, when we go out and play nationally, all of us compete, and people are afraid to play us.
So it is a good conference, and your team this year, up and down, but as you said, you've played Carroll twice. What do you expect to see from them tonight? Anything different? They are, as you know, they've been hit by the injury bug a little bit.
Yes, they've been hit by the injury bug, I don't wish that upon
No.
anybody, but maybe it'll help us a little bit tonight.
Right.
But, I don't expect anything different. Coach Cunningham's teams, they really do a good job of defending, and they get after you. And then on the offensive end, they kind of do some ISO stuff that allows their guys to have a lot of success. So, I expect that again tonight, and I think it'll be an up and down game, and hopefully it'll be a fun game.
Fun game to watch. Well, we thank you again, Anthony, for taking the time to join us. We wish you the best of luck tonight, and good luck against Carroll College.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, we will break away. We'll be back with Carroll College head coach Carson Cunningham. Dr. Carson Cunningham will be back after these messages.
Dedication. It's the difference between being a Grizz fan and being a real Grizz fan. And now, thanks to First Interstate Bank, it's even easier to show your true colors. Get special rates, discounts on Grizz gear, and tons of other members-only benefits without the hassle of a 24/7 paint job. The new Grizz Banking debit card from First Interstate Bank. Find out more at grizzbanking.com.
I am a high school English teacher. I had been diabetic for 20 years.
Obesity is affecting our population at an alarming rate.
To meet that challenge, the Billings Clinic implemented a comprehensive bariatric program.
The patient is the most important part of the team.
It's not about skinny, it's about being healthy.
I don't have diabetes anymore.
And by now, she has lost over 100 pounds.
Thank you. I'm happy. Life is good.
Have you put off buying a new Tempur-Pedic mattress because you think they're too expensive? Let Conlon Sleep Center help you upgrade to the highest level of comfort, support, and performance with a new Tempur-Pedic mattress. Right now, get the sleep you deserve for as little as $42 a month. It's hard to believe, but true. You can sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America, for as low as $42 a month. Hurry in to Conlon Sleep Center for your new Tempur-Pedic or go to conlons.com.
Welcome back to the Carroll College PE Center. We anticipated Dr. Carson Cunningham would have a chance to join us. At the moment, he is unavailable, so we will hope to see him in a few minutes. But we do have some halftime stats as you can see on your screen, to talk about for Great Falls. Field goal percentage definitely in their favor. They are shooting, as we mentioned. They started out shooting about 71% after about the first 5 minutes, which is unbelievable. They've cooled off a little bit, still shooting 54%. On the season, they shoot 38%. So that's going well for them. Carroll, as you can see, 42% on the evening. Rebounds, Carroll is in there. They're hanging in there. They've got more rebounds than the Argos, but for the rest of the stats, fairly equal. But that shooting percentage is a little bit different, and just the opportunities from the free throw line as well.
Yeah, and Great Falls, like I said earlier, doing a great job of getting into the paint and picking out for open shots. Not to mention the number of drives that they've had where they've finished at the rim or been fouled at the rim. Good scoring opportunities when you can get that close to the basket.
So 10 defensive rebounds for Carroll, 7 offensive rebounds. Just 3 offensive rebounds for the Lady Argos tonight. But again, they're shooting well. Coming off, as we said, a loss last night at home where they got beat pretty bad and jumped on the bus this morning. Had a 1-hour walkthrough, according to Bill Himmelberg, their coach. I talked to him before the game. Had a chance to walk through maybe for an hour, and then, you can't practice hard on game day. So you look at a little bit of film, you'd have a couple walkthroughs and talk about it a little bit and get on the bus and go down and hope for the best.
That's right. In back-to-back games in the Frontier, you know you're going to have a competitive game whoever you play.
Yeah, definitely. And then for Carroll, they're going to have that tomorrow as they play MSV Northern here, and both the women and the men. Women's game 5:30. That'll be a challenge for both teams. There's two very good basketball teams coming down here from Havre to take on Carroll tomorrow. So on your screen, you can see a little bit of replay going on. This is the Lady Argo going right down the lane. I remember this play. There's some contact. We can roll it here. We'll try and get that going for you. But it's been an interesting first half. And it was great to visit with Anthony Owens, a guy who played in the league, and now he's coaching in the league, and he's back, and he was talking a little bit about the talent, both the women and the men, but at the men level, he's obviously more familiar with that. That's here in the Frontier Conference.
Yeah, and I think in terms of talent around the nation in the NAIA, it's pretty obvious that the Frontier is right up there with any conference. Top to bottom, there are great players on every team, and every team is competitive, and there's a lot of great coaches in the league, too, leading these guys and gals.
And you see a lot of D1 transfers that'll end up in these Frontier Conference schools if they don't end up, if it doesn't work out for them at that D1 school. They're quick to come down here. Rocky got one out of University of Montana this year that's playing well for him. So that's not unheard of. It brings a lot of talent. On this replay there, you can see Sarah Chadwick getting into the lane. She did that a lot tonight. She's quick. First half.
Yes, she is very quick and also does a good job of spacing. She had a lot of open looks just by her spacing, and when they go inside of the post, she would space out along with Pasta, and they would get some really good looks. Just couldn't get a lot of them to go, a lot of in and out.
Definitely a good first half for Whitney George, the 6'4" senior. Here's Cassidy Ashley. She's got 9 points and 7 rebounds for Carroll thus far, so she's off to a pretty good start. And I know Hannah Dean also has had a good first half for Carroll. Whitney George, there it is. We just talked about her. 12 points in the first half at Campbell County High School. They turn out some pretty good basketball players down there as well. But from Gillette, Wyoming, she's off to one of her better starts on the year. I think if I remember correctly, she is not averaging in double figures this year, but she's sure playing well tonight. All righty, well, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, if Carson Cunningham, Dr. Cunningham has an opportunity, he'll come up. Otherwise, we will finish with the first half statistics, and it will be time for more basketball. We'll be back with more Frontier Conference women's basketball back after these messages.
This is an Abbey pizza. Mushrooms, chicken, roasted red peppers, and olives.
This is the Kendall pizza. Pepperoni, sausage, Canadian bacon, and black olives.
This is the Big Dave and Paula pizza. Mine is chicken and Gouda.
Mine's red sauce, big cheese, big meat, big everything.
Come discover your pizza among the 104,285,000 different combinations, or you can choose one of our 10 signature pizzas on the menu at Bert and Ernie's, located in downtown Helena.
When traveling through Montana's capital city, make your lodging destination the Comfort Suites in Helena, Montana. Centrally located on I-15 and US Highway 12, we're close to the midway point between Yellowstone and Glacier National Parks. Start the day off right with a complimentary hot and delicious breakfast, offering spacious guest rooms, internet access, business center, indoor pool and fitness center, and much more. Comfort Suites Helena is the official hotel for the Carroll College Fighting Saints and their fans. Call us at 406-495-0505 or visit us online at comfortsuiteshelena.com.
Hey man, got some chew?
No, man. This stuff's dangerous.
Hey, can I get a zip?
No way.
Why not?
Give me one good reason.
It's full of toxic chemicals.
It rots your teeth, and it causes cancer.
Prove it.
It says so right in the can.
But why do you do it?
So then why do you chew?
Back once again at the Carroll College PE Center. The game of the week brought to you by ProBuild, Montana Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW, First Interstate Bank, Opportunity Bank, Bert and Ernie's, Helena Accommodations, Silver Star Steak Company, and Conlon's Furniture. So looking over some additional first half statistics, interesting to note, we mentioned Whitney George leads them with 12 points. She averages 7 a game, so she's picking it up. McDonough averages 16 a game, and she's off to a pretty slow start. She is at 2 points right now. So Carroll defensively shutting her down, but George making up for it.
She really is getting a lot of good looks too. 6 for 9 from the field and doing a great job of moving the ball around.
That's okay. Jericho Walcott, the sports information director for Carroll, lets us know that Dr. Cunningham just got caught up in that pregame stuff. You know, lots to do before a game. And it's not going to be able to join us, so hopefully we'll catch up with him another time. But he's had great success. Remember when he came here, he took a team that barely won. Did they win a game the year before? Maybe one?
Maybe one.
And he has gradually turned them around, and this is a program now.
It certainly is. He's done a great job, and he's got a lot of hard-working players and good athletic players.
So if you have a ticket for that, get it out now.
As I mentioned, both teams have more games coming up for the Lady Argos. They're done for the weekend after tonight, but next week they are at Rocky Mountain, and then they're at Montana Western. Not an easy road trips there for Carroll. They're on the road next week as well. On the 23rd, which is next Thursday, they're in Butte to take on Montana Tech, and then the Saturday night following on the 25th, it's LC State. So tough road games for both teams, and it's going to either prepare them or make it tough to start that Frontier Conference playoffs.
It sure will. And you mentioned Carroll right in the middle of the pack right now. Any game they can win is going to be crucial for the playoffs.
At Helena Accommodations, we're resolved to providing first quality furnished apartments for short and extended stays in Helena, Montana. Our rentals appeal to business travelers, vacationers, or when you're just in between homes. We've created comfortable, fully furnished, well-maintained corporate housing that's centrally located and competitively priced. Settle in for a wonderful stay at Helena Accommodations. Visit us at helenaaccommodations.com. So the crowd a little bit late arriving tonight, but they're starting to fill in. Still plenty of open seats over there. I don't know how many the Van Nuys family takes up, but
none tonight.
None tonight.
Huh? The 1-year-old and the 3-year-old, they're home. But they're probably watching. Hello, guys. And with the crosstown game going on tonight, it's kind of a sparse crowd as well, but I'm sure people will trickle in as we get going.
Between games, once this one ends, between games, we will take a 15-minute break. So stick with SWX, however, folks, because there'll be a 15-minute break, and we'll be back with the men's game after that. Brandich and one of the officials having a conversation, laughing about something. I don't know if she's apologizing for running into him or whatever. Anyway, we're ready to go.
Carroll back in the zone now.
Yep, they jump right into a 2-3 zone. We didn't see a lot of this in the first half.
No.
So adjustments made at halftime. It's more than just getting a drink of water and resting. And Nadi goes right to the baseline. She's got a strong left hand.
She sure does, and she has a quick first step, and that allows her to get into the paint.
Nika Nadi adds to her point total, and that gives her 9 on the game. Let's see where Carroll's going to look to start the second half. They get Johnson in the lane, not where she usually works, but she'll turn and she gets bailed out. Somebody hacked her. She wasn't quite sure what to do. Good defense by that time by the Lady Argos.
It was good defense, and Randage just caught with her hand as she went up. Caught her on the arm, but yeah, she was in trouble in the paint there.
Johnson rolls that free throw in. Quiet first half for Brittany, just 3 points. The Saints back within 5.
As we talked about earlier, getting to the line is crucial. Good job by Brittany getting to the line.
Both teams have been able to make many pushes here, but not sustain it. Not really take control of the game.
Right.
Nice pass to the baseline. But unfortunately, falling on the ground is Ulafale, and Carroll gets a steal. Possible step, reaches in and takes it. I don't think Kalani was sure where she wanted to go when she turned. Looking to get that ball into Cassidy Hashley. Great defense by Nadi, but it looks like she committed a foul, but she is all over Brittany Johnson. That's one way to defend the post. That is to defend that entry pass, Kevin.
It is, and in Great Falls, their perimeter players very active with their hands, and I think that's what you're seeing.
Ashley quickly double team. Finds pass on top. She'll drain it. So Pasta drops a triple, draw Carroll back within 2.
Good look.
Ashley with the assist.
Yep, good look from Ashley.
For Carroll, they can get more of that going. That makes defending those post players, those talented post players that the Lady Saints have, a much tougher job for the Lady Argos. Shot for the baseline, no good. Ulafale couldn't get it to fall, and Ashley will clear it. Second half, this is when we'll see what kind of shape the Lady Argos are in after playing last night. We got a whistle. I believe on the drive, a Lady Argo foul. Yep.
Foul on Kalani Ulafale.
Kalani Ulafale, 6'3".
And you're right, you saw Coach Sayers telling them to push it. They want to move the ball on the transition a little bit too, and not have to work offensively so hard down there.
Double team as the ball goes into Ashley. She's quickly double teamed. Nadi comes over to give some help to Young. And they'll kick it back out. Watson. Back out top, it's Ashley now. Enters that lane, open is Watson in the corner. Spins out of there.
Another one of those.
Yeah. Both teams struggling to gain some momentum here, start to pull away. McDonough right down the lane. Ducks under a defender, ducks under Watson. Or Dean, he can't get it, but Young is there to put it back, it won't go. And Dean rakes it in. Austin right down the lane, he can't get it to go off the glass. Good basketball game, back and forth it goes. 2-point game as you can see. It's been as many as a 10-point lead for the Lady Argos. They led at the end of the first quarter. And they led at the half as well.
Good block by Bailey Watson that time. Moved her feet well, stayed with her, and tracked the ball.
So Watson will defend on the inbound. And the ball won't go in, but McDonough with the offensive rebound. As Wilson tried to get it, we got a whistle and travel. Usually when your 6'4" post player has the ball on the top, sometimes that's the result.
The footwork's a little different.
Yeah.
She had her feet set, she just jumped when she caught the ball instead of when the ball was in the air, I think.
The coach is saying you're 6'4", get out of there, right? Get to the baseline, get to the post. Speaking of get to the post, we got a whistle as they try to get the ball into Hannah Dean. Kaylee Wilson reaches around, swats the ball loose, but reach with her inside hand.
Foul on Kaylee Wilson, her second, team fourth.
14th foul on Great Falls.
In for the Argos.
Huertas Vining checks in for the Argos, placing Nadi. Bailey Watson will inbound the ball for Carroll. Men's game to follow. We'll have that one for you too. A 15-minute break between contests as Dean knocks down another jumper.
And we're tied.
She's got 10 points on the game. And we are knotted up. The 6-minute mark. Took Carroll 4 minutes, but they made up the difference. Let's see if they can turn it up a notch defensively. Let's see what answer the Lady Argos have. They've had one all night long. Is this it? Nope. It pops out of there from Randic. And the rebound swatted into Johnson's hands. She'll push it up the floor. Now back it out. Leave it for Pasta. She's the playmaker, point guard. She's got her choice which side she wants to work. Good job by Huertas Vining and pushing her out, avoiding that screen. It's Pasta in the corner though. She's open. She got hammered, and Huertas Vining did not even argue. She just turned and started walking back towards midcourt as she had some contact with Bailey Pasta. Knocked her into her own bench. So Pasta's got 3 free throws in the night.
3 free throws, and yeah, you're right. She knew she had fouled her, hit her right on the hand.
She shoots 85% from the line, does Pasta on this season. And that's going to drop a little bit with that miss.
And defensively, Carroll's staying with that zone. They've stayed in it the whole second half so far.
Something they started to play more of as the year went on. They were pretty much man-to-man early. Of course, the early part prior to Christmas, you're playing lots of non-conference games, getting your feet wet.
Yeah.
Bailey makes 2 of 3, gives Carroll the lead.
So the Saints take their first lead, 43-41, at the 5:19 mark. Off of Pasta's couple of free throws, but a lot of ball game left. Right in the lane goes McDonough, has it knocked loose by Ashley. Baseline official called it for a foul. And Argos will inbound as that's just Carroll's second team foul. Noddy's coming back into the game, replacing Wilson. On the inbound, Carroll into a man-to-man set. Ball almost thrown away. McDonough, though, steps into the lane. We got a whistle and a blocking foul on Pasta. Looks like she was set, but she may have been too deep.
Yeah, and it was one of those real close ones again. And McDonough tried to sidestep her, and we'll take a look on the replay. She was pretty close to being set.
Yeah, she was.
She kind of sidestepped and hit her on the side. That might have been what led the official to make the call.
She was further out on that replay than I thought she was live.
Donna completes the 3-point play and gives the Argos the lead.
So the Argos back out on top after McDonough hit the bucket and got the foul. They've run this same set 3 or 4 times here in the second half already. It's been successful as Dean can step back and get an open jumper like that. That won't go. But they got a good look. Johnson almost came up with a steal. Huerta Vining just drops a 3, and she's asking for a foul. She got hit afterwards.
And she has a quick release, Joe. Boy, she catches it and it's gone.
Yeah, and she might have a case. I mean, I think there was some contact after that shot. That would have been the rare 4-point opportunity. They'll dump it inside to Dean quickly. Ball moving pretty well for Carroll now. Just can't get their shots to fall, but they're moving the basketball. Randage clears it, though, for the Lady Argos, who, after trailing, came back. They're back up by 4. Huertas Vining can't extend that. She misses that jump shot. You're right. She likes to get the ball and let it rip.
Both teams looking a little tired now as we go through this long stretch.
Carroll dumps the ball inside to Ashley. They'll kick it right back out. That's Watson, the senior. Triple, no good. Rebound, Noddy. It is a 2-on-2. Noddy's going to push, go right around Watson. Left hand off the glass. And she just drew. She did a smart thing. She just went right after her. She knew she had her quickness-wise, and she just attacked her.
She sure did. And like you said earlier, going left, she is very fast and very aggressive.
She loves to go left. All right, we're going to take a media timeout. We'll be back with more basketball. It's entertaining. 47-43 Argos. We'll be back.
Have you put off buying a new Tempur-Pedic mattress because you think they're too expensive? Let Conlon Sleep Center help you upgrade to the highest level of comfort, support, and performance with a new Tempur-Pedic mattress. Right now, get the sleep you deserve for as little as $42 a month. It's hard to believe, but true. You can sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America, for as low as $42 a month. Hurry in to Conlon Sleep Center for your new Tempur-Pedic or go to conlons.com.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the eastern high plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Carroll College PE Center. Friday evening in the capital city, Helena, Montana. Joe McMahon, Kevin Van Nice with you. Courtside, and what's been an entertaining game. Back and forth it's gone. You know, UGF has opened up, it leads up to as many as 10 points. Carroll's battled back, got a couple points up on UGF, and only to see the Lady Argos. There's no quitting these ladies. I mean, they played last night, but they don't look like it. They're just fighting all the way.
They sure are, and it's one of those games that's going to come down to a possession or a turnover or free throws.
Which is perfect.
You just see it coming.
Yep. It's the kind announcers love. Noddy at the free throw line. She knocks it down on the season. the Lady Argos from the line, shooting 72%. Carroll 67%.
And Naughty now in the double figures with 10 points.
She's kind of stepped it up in the second half, where Whitney George was leading them scoring-wise in the first half. She had 12 points in that first half. Naughty's really been the one here in the second half for the Lady Argos. Chalich has it in the right wing with the left hand into the paint. Nice dump inside to Hashley. She's going to turn quickly off the glass and score it. She's ducked under Whitney George and used her quickness to get to the backboard.
She sure did, and she dips that shoulder to get underneath the defender. It's an impressive move.
A return pass from George to Huertas Vining, almost picked off by Rayleigh Watson. Here comes McDonough into the lane. Nice crossover move over Dowdy, and a foul on Dowdy.
Carroll, looks like Carroll has switched into a 1-3-1 zone with Bailey Watson up top. Longer arms, trying to get some deflections and steals.
The 6'2", long arms right, trying to make it difficult for UGF to get into their offense from the top. And McDonough will go to the free throw line. 16 a game, shot up and in. And tonight, just 5 points on the night. That's a couple of free throws. Back up by 6. The Lady Argos building it right back up to where it was, a 10-point lead earlier. Chalich faked the 3 and then said, oh, well, go ahead and shoot it. Ashley right there for the rebound. Pump fake. Whitney Young saying, or Whitney George is saying, I didn't foul her.
Whitney George, her third.
Her third foul.
Yeah, she's got 3, and that's why she's testing. She knows she's probably going to have to go to the bench. I think Ulafale is already there to check in for her.
I think she did a pretty good job of trying to stay straight up.
Yeah.
But Hashley is so good at drawing that contact.
Well, she learned the game in the driveway with Doug.
Yeah.
And there's going to be contact.
There is going to be.
Yeah.
Kind of had no choice there, I think.
Yeah, if you're playing with Doug Hashley, I guarantee you there's going to be contact.
That's right.
Ashley gets them both. Dino check in for her. So we've got about almost 13 minutes left in this game between what's left in quarter 3 and the final quarter. Somebody's got to take control of this game and take a run. And it's been tough. Both teams playing well. Cross-court pass from Huertas Vining, not advisable. Chalich just stepped in and took it. Michaela Robinson has checked in for Carroll. Seeing her first action on a Billings West High School. Into the lane goes Chalich. Nice rejection by Naughty. Recovered by Dowdy, who gets knocked to the floor. Coach Sayers a little upset over that play. Dowdy went down hard. She got run over. But I think it was unintentional. Here, we'll watch it on the replay.
I think once she realized it was a call against Great Falls, she was much happier.
Dowdy racing after the ball. You can see on your screen, and that's where she got knocked out. So it is a foul on the Argos.
Reset to 14.
And they'll reset the shot clock to 14 seconds.
Carroll.
So no foul called, maybe.
Nope. Yep, you're right. I think that's what Sayers is the most upset about, and we got a whistle and a technical foul, I think. Wait. No, we got a holding call
Valandera Huertas Vining, her third.
on Huertas Vining before the ball was inbounded. Is that a make a call? What is that?
Yeah, and as they started moving for the play, she must have just grabbed her.
Well, Chalich will go to the free throw line. Carroll not shooting real well tonight from the line. In fact, not well at all. Here, well, let's take that back. I was looking at the wrong one. They're shooting 79% from there. It's from the three-point line where they're struggling.
That's right. 4 of 16 from the 3.
Sarah gets 1 of 2 from the line. And the Saints trail by 3 to a very tough Lady Argo basketball team who've unbelievably just won 1 conference game this year. They've lost 9 straight.
And you're right, they have talented players and excellent quickness.
You follow up, no good. Rebound, there's scramble for it. Noddy knocks it off Watson's arm out of bounds. Yeah, their only conference win came against Rocky Mountain College, 71-55. They've lost 9 straight since that. Carroll, as I mentioned, they have won 5 of their last 7. Most recently a win in Billings. We got a holding call on the inbound.
Another hold before the pass.
And that's Dowdy's 3rd personal foul. Kayla's kind of like the bouncer coming off the bench. I mean, she gets in there and there's elbows going and knees. She's aggressive.
She is, and she's
like her game.
Very strong defender too. You watch her guarding the post, and she is very active.
So Ulafale can't get the first one to go on the season. She shoots from the free throw line 63%.
Kalani makes 1 of 2.
Great Falls now 11 from 12 from the 11 for 12 from the line.
It's not perfect, but it's close. That's Dean traveling down the lane, rims it around, gets her own rebound, 1 pound and up and in. She's athletic.
She's very athletic. And with Ashley out of there, she and Dowdy, they're going to get some looks.
Back to a 2-point game. Olafay has it in the paint, has it knocked loose. Well, McDonough comes back with it. Good job that time by Dowdy getting out on her. Now she's open, 3 on the way off the front of the rim, no good. Again, McDonough had 25 in that game last night in that loss.
And Carroll really hustling that zone, getting out contesting shots. That was a deep shot that they allowed. I'm sure they'd rather have that than something inside.
They enter the ball to Dean in the post. She's being guarded from behind by Ulafale. I think she'll be called for the foul. You kind of get the feeling that Carroll is on the verge of taking off here, but the Lady Argo defense just seems to rise to the occasion every time Carroll gets a little momentum.
They do. They're scrappy, and they've had a lot of tip balls and a lot of steals. Very active defensively.
You can stay with us for the men's game after this one's concluded. About a 15-minute break. So SWX viewers, we'll send it back for about 15 minutes, and then we'll be back for the men's game. So you got enough time to go make yourself a sandwich, right?
That's right.
Put your feet up, right?
Enjoy the evening.
Grab a barley pop out of the fridge and get ready. Dean can't get the second one to go. It's batted around. Who touched it last? Dowdy did.
Off of Dowdy.
The last game we did here at Carroll with Peter Young, she fouled out. She's got 5 fouls, fouled out. And team 1, Coach Sayers came up and did the interview at halftime with us, and she told me she was laughing on the air. She said, you know, Michaela, I asked her about Michaela because she had played hard, but got 5 fouls and had to sit. She said, well, you know, Michaela told me she didn't make it. She didn't commit any of those fouls. I said, not one? Nope, not one. She starts laughing. So
perceptions, right?
Yeah, exactly. Heron with a pull-up jumper. And they stretch it back to a 4-point lead. Nice shot by Heron. Baseline drive, up and under. Good for Michaela Olson, who was checked in, yeah.
Out of Lewistown, that was a great move.
Spark off the bench for the Saints. She and Robinson getting some minutes here in the half. McDonough with Olson on her. Spins around, up off the glass. Nice drive.
Very nice move.
So that's it for 3. It's 56-52. It's been back and forth all night long, but right now at the end of 30 minutes of play, the Argos have it 56-52. We'll be back.
Place where higher education starts at a higher elevation and rises from there. Located in the heart of the Rockies, Carroll College raises the bar with small classes taught by award-winning professors, more than 60 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs, and year-round outdoor fun over every horizon. Carroll College, aspire to go higher.
This is an Abby pizza. Mushrooms, chicken, roasted red peppers, and olives.
This is the Kendall pizza, pepperoni, sausage, Canadian bacon, and black olives.
This is the Big Dave and Paula pizza. Mine is chicken and Gouda.
Mine's red sauce, big cheese, big meat, big everything.
Come discover your pizza among the 104,285,000 different combinations, or you can choose one of our 10 signature pizzas on the menu at Bert and Ernie's, located in downtown Helena.
At Northwestern Energy, part of delivering a bright future means being connected to all our communities. It means delivering safe and reliable power to your home, while helping to power your business's success. It means actively planning for the future, while investing in future generations. It means working to ensure your safety and comfort, while comforting those in need. It's by working together that we're able to deliver a bright future. Because together, we're Northwestern Energy.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Joe McMahon, Kevin Van Nice. We're at the Carroll College PE Center in the capital city of Helena, Montana. Hope you're enjoying this game over SWX across our state. Good basketball game, 56-52. We were just commenting between during the commercial break there, Kevin, that we got a ball game going, and this one's going to come down to the end. It's going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. Great game to watch so far.
Danica Nadi, the 5'9" senior, you can see 11 points and 3 rebounds. She's had a great third quarter. Really picked it up here in the third quarter to lead them. Challenge with the 3. Hashley continues to lead Carroll. 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. But Chalice just hits a big bucket there to draw Carroll within 1.
Got her feet set and got a great screen. She was ready to shoot it.
Carroll played some zone early in the second half, late in the first half. Right now it's all man-to-man. Ulafe just powers away to the bucket. And she had a mismatch. She had Olsen on her on a switch, and she took advantage of that. Went right to the basket. Smart play by Ulafe.
And Olsen tried to take a charge, but I think she flopped just a little bit. Size difference was tough.
Oh, yeah. Ulafale's got 3-4 inches on her. But you still got to make your free throws to take advantage of that foul. She misses her first. Back up by 2 now. Young's coming, or Whitney George is coming back into the game.
Back in for the Argos.
She's got 3 fouls, but had a good first half, 12 points. Has she scored any more, or is that it?
Hasn't scored in the second half. Has had a couple looks, but missed them both.
Picked up that foul and sat for most of the third quarter. I thought Olsen and Robinson have come off the bench and played well for the Lady Saints.
They have. They've been a spark for the Saints tonight.
There's Olsen with it now out of Lewistown, as Kevin mentioned earlier. They produce some pretty good women's basketball players. McDonough with the steal. He raced down the court. Last touch by Olsen. McDonough continues to hustle. Not having a great scoring night, but she does a lot of other things. She's a junior out of Vancouver, Washington.
Ashley's going to come back in for Dowdy. Ashley with 13 points.
Under 9 to play in the game. Randis down the left side, floats it up, won't go. There's Hannah Dean following the play and clearing the board. Crowd kind of getting anxious here, this hometown Saint crowd. Down the lane is Dean. She powers her way in right past McDonough. Can't get it to go, but nice job, McDonough, checking her off. Did you see that?
Great job blocking her out.
Boy.
Otherwise, she had that rebound ready to go.
She
and
pushed her back
a
a couple feet, Kevin. You're right. Otherwise, that's a putback. It's an easy putback for Dean. Ty Ridgway was really good at that. Ever notice that?
Yeah, Ty was good at flopping.
Yeah.
Also pushing people on the court.
The buffet line, especially.
The buffet line,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We got a whistle.
Foul on Sarah Challenge.
Challenge is going to pick up her first personal foul. It's the second team foul on Carroll in the second half. And no team. No, I'm not reading that right. 3 team foul.
I think we do it by quarter now.
By quarter, you're right. Thank you for correcting me on that. We got a whistle away from the ball, and it's a Argo foul.
Offensive foul, Whitney George, her 4th.
Boy, she picked up her 4th, Whitney George. And what is Coach Himmelberg going to do? Is he gets to let her play?
He's going to play it out, I think.
Bill Himmelberg, his assistant coach is Rachel Steinberger. Crystal Smith and Jolyn Johnson also there on the bench helping him out. They're going to dump it inside to Dean. She's got what she wants. McDonough behind her, but she can't get it to go. Ball's loose, picked up by McDonough. Boy, they had exactly what they wanted, but they couldn't get it to fall. 3-on-3. Randis goes around Olson, over the top of Hashley, and it won't go, but there is Whitney George with a putback. Just mentioned she hadn't scored in the second half. That changed.
And great follow by Whitney on that one. And on the other end, Carroll had just what they wanted, like you said, a mismatch with McDonough on a post. They just can't finish the close ones.
Here's passed on the delay. Back out to Chalice, who just hit a big shot a couple minutes ago. Drive to the baseline. Pasta trying to post up with Whitney George playing carefully behind her with 4 fouls. There's Dean backing McDonough down to the lane. She goes down to the ground, and they're going to tie her up. What do we got? They get a timeout before the jump.
I think they got a foul on McDonough right at the end of it.
Oh, they did.
McDonough, her second, team second. Out of bounds, Carroll. Bailey Watson back in for the Saints.
Watson's coming in. Olsen's going to sit down. I thought she had some good minutes there. She might get back out there in the later.
And it's obvious that's the matchup they want, the guard on the post.
They'll go double high post. It's Dean now with it. Chalice will shoot the ball up and in. I thought for a second that Molly Herring got a hand on that, but she followed through, didn't get a hand on it. And Chalice has come off the bench and hit some big shots for him.
She sure has, playing very well. At least 2 threes, maybe 3 threes.
She's got, I think, 7 points on the game. They dump the ball. Whitney George will turn, put the ball up softly off the glass and won't go. Again, she can get that shot off over Hashley if she keeps the ball up. That time it just wouldn't go for her. That time the ball was shot. Chalice's shot was blocked, but it was by Randich. And Randich says it was all ball.
And after hitting 2 in a row, Randich wasn't going to get beat again. She was going to make sure she hit it.
Yeah, but it gives Chalice the opportunity at the free throw line with 3 free ones.
You're right, she's been a spark along with Olson, and some of these Carroll guards coming off the bench have done a great job of not only offensively, but hustling defensively and slowing Great Falls down.
Second one's up and in. She missed that first one. I watched Coach Sayers. She clapped her hands and said, focus.
Yep.
There you go. That's what your teachers used to say to you in class all the time, Kevin. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of my coworkers still say that.
So we're knotted up at 59. Knotting on the baseline drive, cut off by both Dean and Hashley. Then they go to Whitney George with Hashley trying to push her to the baseline. Whistle, she's a great defense.
Was good defense. George step on the line.
Whitney George is telling the outside official she got pushed, and he's shaking his head, said, no, you just stepped out of bounds. But Hashley beat her to the spot, and she went out of bounds. The Argos going to buckle down here defensively. 6:10 to go. They've got an opportunity to get their second conference victory right here tonight. They're in this ball game. Hashley will go under the baseline, put it up, nice shot.
That was a tremendous move.
Yep.
Great footwork, great balance.
That's the kind of shot you take when your dad's 6'7" and about 5 feet wide. You know, when you're playing out in the driveway, you got to create some things, right?
Absolutely.
5 feet wide at the shoulders.
Yeah, that's correct. They're really hustling this zone right now, too, getting a lot of hands on the ball.
George softly off the glass, nicely done.
Very nicely done. Good entry pass to get her the ball, too.
She just turned, kept the ball up, and used the glass, and it settled in. Beautiful. Got a game here, Mr. Van Nuys. This is going to be fun.
It's going to be fun to watch how it plays out at the end here.
Chalice looking inside for Dean, trying to get her the ball. She's got it now with McDonough behind her. Wants to go into the lane. Right hand flings it up. She'll get some free throws.
Just can't get it to go. She's got the height advantage on McDonough.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, McDonough is a competitor. She's not backing down.
Nope. She's a scrapper. Yeah, definite mismatch, but here it is on the replay. You can see her. She's staying right with her body and her, pushing her out beyond that arc. She gets her deep enough that for Hannah, that's a little deep for that kind of a shot.
Yep. But
unfortunately, McDonough committed the foul. And Dean knocks down the free throw. Carroll back out on top, 62-61. It was a 7-point Argo lead at the end of the first quarter, 5-point lead at the half, and a 4-point lead at the end of the third quarter. And right now, Carroll leads at 63-61. Johnson's coming in. Challenge is going to sit, but I would bet she's back in before this game's over. She's giving him a good lift. Thought she and Olsen have been two spark plugs off the bench tonight.
They sure have, and she, another catch and shoot gal. She's ready to shoot when she gets it.
There goes McDonough right around Watson. She's got some quickness on her. They'll kick the ball out. McDonough gets it back. It's a scramble. In it goes to Whitney George and does it again. She's come to life again. 6 points here in the second half, 18 for the game. And we're knotted at 63.
And a soft touch,
yeah,
too.
Just really good footwork. Senior out of Wyoming. Watson dumping it inside to Dean. Uses her dribble, now back out to Watson. Played half of the quarter. It's Dean, that shot won't go. Ball's knocked loose, and Carroll's going to get another opportunity. Second chance points. Let's see if the Saints can take advantage of that. In the lane goes Johnson. Nope. Kind of out of control once she got there.
Kind of off balance when she took the shot.
Yeah. Nadi behind her back. Little Randich. In it goes to Whitney George. She's going to turn. We got a whistle and Hannah Dean. Looks like a media timeout. 63 apiece. When we come back, George will be at the free throw line. We'll be back after these messages.
Hi, we're Helen Accommodations. Superior in-town extended stays. Perfect for traveling executives, medical staff, family, transferees. Nifty 19th century architecture with 21st century technologies. Complete kitchens, wonderful bedrooms, updated baths, and full living rooms. It's a wonderful place to stay right in the heart of Helena. Dorme bene. Sleep well.
Picking up pieces of my life, sometimes there's ones I just can't find, but they found a home with you. And when I think about the things that we've been through, I know just one thing is true. Life is better with you. Whoa, whoa. Life is better with you.
We are back at the Carroll College PE Center. Joe McMahon and Kevin Van Nice courtside here in the capital city on a pretty nice day here in Helena. Temperature up near 50 degrees. Water kind of running down the streets. Beats what we had a couple weeks ago, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. And the rivers are starting to fill up pretty quickly out there.
Yes,
too.
they are.
Warming up quick.
Your house built on low land?
Low enough, I think.
Uh-oh.
But hopefully we'll be okay.
You got a plan in place? Family evacuation, life jackets, the whole bit? All right. Thinking about you. Shot no good. Dan Rispin's got, I think he has a boat. He'll come get you.
And he can just pedal on down and pick us up.
It's a rowboat. Got a couple leaks, but. George gets 1 of 2.
1 point game again.
Good ball game. These two teams, I said, evenly matched. Both, they've met twice, 64-60. Carroll won in overtime back on January 6th, and on January 28th, it was a 55-43 Carroll win. So they've been close, and this one is definitely close. We got a whistle. 3-second violation. Cassidy Ashley parked in the paint.
See if the Saints stick with zone or they go to man here.
What do you think's been more effective for them defensively?
Well, they've gotten a lot of turnovers out of the zone just with tip passes. That's what they stay in.
And they got another tip ball there, almost a steal for Pasta. Watson got her hand on it. It's McDonough, open look on the corner, shot no good. She can't get it to go tonight, and Dean clears it and also clears area around her with those arms.
Great rebound.
They look inside for Ashley on the high-low, right down the lane, off the glass.
Ashley
Just seems if she can get Whitney George to come out on her, she can go around her either direction she wants to tonight.
Right, and Whitney was afraid to pick up her 5th foul.
Yep. So Ashley tonight, 15 points on the game. Randage shot no good. Saints up 1 with the ball as we are under 3. Under 3 to play. Again, between games we take a 15-minute break, but stick with us, SWX viewers, as we'll be back in 15 minutes. We'll take that break and come back with the men's game. 15-minute break. Kevin Van Ice will be buying me dinner, and we'll be ready to roll, right?
That's right, hot dogs and popcorn.
There you go. It's your specialty. Pasta on the drive, can't get it to go. And Ashley on the rebound of the putback. Is that George? Because if it is, she's going to sit.
Yep, that's going to be 5 on her.
Boy, they need her in the paint. No, they're going to give it to Randage.
Gave it to Randage. That's her 4th.
So both Randage and George playing with 4 fouls. Crowd quiets as Ashley knocks it down.
Ashley does such a good job of being patient when she gets the ball and taking her time, not rushing it.
Stays pretty calm out there, rarely gets rattled. Shoots 73% from the free throw line on the season. Just improved upon that with a couple of makes. I hope you're enjoying it as much as we are. This is a good game. Not a big crowd tonight, but those that are here are getting a great basketball game. Men's game to follow. Randage for 3 off the back of the rim. Ball loose. Dean hustling after it, but I think she's going to get called for that foul as McDonough beat her to the ball.
That'll be her 4th.
Sarah
Chalich is going to check back into the game to replace Brittany Johnson. Chalich off the bench tonight. She's played well. She, Michaela Olson. Good minutes for Carroll off the bench.
11 points for Chalich.
And Michaela Robinson played well. So did Harrington early on. They go inside right away to George. She can't get it, but she gets her own rebound, but loses it. Boy, had a good look. It just wouldn't fall.
Sure
and sometimes in these Frontier Conference games when they're close, it's just who makes the plays at the end, you know?
That's right.
Who can come through? A little easier to make that shot in the first quarter. Squeeze it a little harder here in the 4th when it's a 1-point game. There's Ashley, same move as before. Drew the foul on George. George is going to sit. Ashley's going to the free throw line. What a play.
She is so quick on that baseline. Just knows how to make that move. Excellent footwork.
So Ulafali will check in for her, but not only does Ashley get the bucket, but she sends George to the bench, and really she had been a key cog in their offense here in the 4th quarter. They've been dumping the ball into George, and she's been getting some turnarounds, some great looks.
She has, and everything has gone through her. Even if she didn't shoot it, she'd pass out for an open shot.
And Ulafali's a good post player, but she doesn't have the size that George has. So now it's quickly Carroll up by 6, 70-64, as they begin to pull away here. Let's see if the Lady Argos have an answer and have enough gas in their tank after last night's game. In the corner, shot on the way, off the front of the rim, no good. A miss by number 22, Molly Heron. Carroll with the ball. Gonna look for a good look here. Take care of the basketball. We got a whistle and a bump, and that's Randage, and that's her 5th. And that foul occurred 20-some feet from the basket.
20 feet from the basket, and half the shot clock went down. I think if you want to foul, you want to do it early in the shot clock. And I think that's what Coach Himmelberg was saying as she walked off.
Yeah. Chalich has struggled from the free throw line tonight, though. She's had some opportunities, but she has not. She's 3 of 6 at the moment.
Comfortable out there at the three-point line.
Yeah. Coach Himmelberg will call a timeout. He wants to talk it over. Carroll has stretched this lead to 7. 71-64. We're going to keep it here, but this has been a good game. It's interesting to watch as Carroll has really started to pull away here near the end of the 4th quarter. SWS audience, don't forget that between games, we will take a 15-minute break when we come back. 15 minutes afterwards, the men's game. We'll be ready for that tip-off. That should be an exciting game. well. So stick with us. So as far as both teams in the conference play, for both the men and the women, Carroll College is 11-3. The men's team 21-5 overall, and UGF is 3-12, 11-15. So UGF looking for a conference victory for Carroll and the men. As we look ahead to that, as we take a peek, they're coming off 2 straight losses last week.
They are, and as we talked about earlier, they've dealt with some injuries and some guys getting banged up. It's really had an impact on them.
Yeah.
Coach Cunningham trying to find that right lineup or that right mix to get things back on track.
All right, if you're the Lady Argos, if you're down 7, you got a minute left to bring it back. You've got Huertas Vining on the court who can hit a triple, along with McDonough. So you've got some shooters out there. But Carroll, obviously, very aware of that, will be priority number 1 for the Lady Argos. Try and hit something from beyond the arc or drive and get a and one. They almost got a turnover there. Huertas Vining on a deep 3 from the back of it. It comes off the back of the rim. McDonough clears it. She'll back up and try another one and hit it. How did she do that?
Fade away off 1 foot. That was a heck of a shot.
1 foot right in front of the coach. 3 ball, 71-67.
Wait, and the first look was better than the second one.
Yeah. Well,
Carroll Athletics
it's
would like to thank some of our corporate sponsors for their incredible support of Saints Athletics and our incredible student athletes.
I'd like to welcome our network affiliates for today's game. SWX in Billings, in Bozeman, in Butte, in Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, the Tri-Cities, and Yakima. We're happy to have you join this game with us. It is a great basketball game, and it's not over. Plenty of time. 4-point game now. We had mentioned coming out of the timeout that they would probably be looking to hit a triple. They had 3 shots at it, and Huertas Vining hit her second one. As she said, off 1 foot, standing in front of the coach.
We'll have to see what Great Falls does. I don't think they'll foul here down by 4.
Too early?
Possibly.
Carroll,
but they're going to have full court pressure.
Both teams with 2 timeouts left. Lady Argos have committed 5 fouls, Carroll 4. Bostock across midcourt. Pressure put on by Molly Heron. They're looking to go inside to Hashley. They're going to back it out with 14 on the shot clock. There's Hashley. Starts down the lane, and Nani reaches in and strips the ball loose, but had to grab her arm to do it. So Hashley will get some free throws here. As I mentioned, she's shooting 73% from the line on the season. Nani picks up that 3rd personal foul. Looks like Michaela Dowdy's going to check in for Carroll here momentarily. And Dean will sit down. Offense-defense substitution there?
Yeah, I think it is. And maybe a little more length with Dowdy on the defensive end. They've both played hard tonight, both
Yes,
Dowdy and Dean.
Ashley 1 of 2. And Himmelberg's going to take a timeout. Looks like a 30-second timeout called here with 27.5 to go. So, 72-67. As we near the end of the game, we like to select our player of the game. And tonight, Cassidy Hashley earns that honor. 23 points at the moment, 11 rebounds and 3 assists. The 6'2" junior out of Kalispell, Montana has just put together another solid performance. And you just come to expect that from her. Even from her freshman year forward, she just came in ready to play.
She did.
She played a lot as a freshman and continued.
And like you mentioned, she's composed and calm out there. She never changes her, emotions out there.
Yep.
She's very in control.
So the Argos are going to inbound it in front of their own bench.
Carroll's going to go man-to-man now.
There's Huertas Vining. She gets free, lets it fly, won't go. Rebound. Ulafale. She'll turn, and she bumped into Hashley. And I think they're going to call a foul on Hashley.
2 free throws for Kalani.
So Ulafale sticks to the free throw line with just over 20 seconds to play.
Hannah Dean back in for Carroll.
Dean back in. Dowdy will sit down. interesting to note as we get near the end of the game, Challenge stays on the court. I think
additional ball handler,
yeah,
too.
Coach Sayers likes her quickness. She's a pretty heady player, too. Doesn't make many bad decisions out there. Ashley has it. McDonough just grabs her arm. It's not a hack-a-shack, but it's something similar.
Yeah. And at 72%, she's pretty consistent at the line.
Just there, she made 1 of 2. On the evening, our player of the game.
7 for 8.
Yeah, there she is. So often it does come down to this, making those free throws at the end of the game, stepping up to the line with confidence.
And you know Great Falls will come down bombing here with 18 seconds left.
Well, if the ball gets in the hands of number 24, it's going up.
That's right. Huertas Vining.
Yep, I guarantee it's going up. Here comes McDonough setting up for a triple from the top. Off the backboard, no good. Ball is loose, and we've got a scramble for the ball there. Body's on the floor. What do we got? It's a foul on Ulafale. Scrambling for the ball.
Good hustle by Hannah Dean. She's slow getting up. She got hit pretty good, I think. She's going to have some free throws.
I look at this Lady Argo team, and then I look at their record, and they're 1-14 in conference.
It's hard to believe.
How is that? Because they gave Carroll everything they could handle tonight.
And some very talented players.
They
obvious.
Do. They well coached. Dean gets the free throw to fall, but this will be a clean sweep for Carroll of UGF this year. They won the first 2 games, as I mentioned. Into the game comes Taylor Salonen, the freshman out of Kalispell. She's going to replace Ashley. Dean's second free throw up and in. Gowdy back in. Hannah Dean's going to sit. Full timeout called by Bill Himmelberg. With 11.5 to go, his team down by 7. There's still enough time, but you gotta hit some quick shots.
They do. They got to get a quick shot off and call a timeout. Foul right away.
Stranger things have happened, right?
They certainly have, and Great Falls has the guns to do it. They've got some shooters that can make quick shots.
So Carroll right back on the court tomorrow evening. The University of Montana Northern, or MSU Northern, excuse me. MSU Northern is in town. Chris Mowat, their head coach, a Helena kid, went to Helena High School. Started his coaching career under Steve Keller, who's the men's coach at Western.
Yeah, it's amazing how that all ties together as time goes on.
And Chris then went over to Montana Tech, then down to Billings, and now he is in Havre. Had to stop at the high school too, if I remember right. So he's been all over. Chris has. Coming back to Helena tomorrow. What's that? Excuse me, Kevin.
See if they go with the same right back to.
Well, I'd watch the inbounder.
Yep.
Watson knows she's not leaving her. There she is, duck under, 3 ball on the way, bang. This instant offense, she is amazing. 76-72, ball inbounded, and Charlotte's just going to get some free throws.
Head fake and quick release. Boy, she got it off there quick, didn't she?
Oh, my word. You look at her and you probably think she's a girl that, young lady who people have probably told all along, you'll never make it, you're too small, you're not fast enough, and she just perseveres. She just stays after it, and she's a player.
And a heck of a shooter.
Yes, she is. Don't play horse with her.
No.
So Charlotte steps to the line, hits the free throws, and Carroll clears the free throw lane then. Saints up by 5. With 4.4 to go. Remember, 15-minute break, people, between the games. And so SWX viewers, please stay with us and come back to us in 15 minutes. We'll have the men's game. She's going to fire up another one, and that one won't go. Well, Carroll is Fighting Saints come back, rally after trailing throughout the game. They win at 78-72 and pick up a conference victory. We'll be back with more basketball after this.